Minecraft isn't just a survival game. It is the tragic aftermath of an ancient biological apocalypse. You've been building houses and farming crops on top of a massive, engineered graveyard. From the contagious parasites of the overworld to the suffocating atmosphere of the Nether, we have been completely ignoring the horrifying biology of Minecraft's most famous creatures. Today, we are uncovering the dark truth behind the infection. If you hear a heartbeat in the deep dark, run, because it isn't yours. We treat the skulk like it's just a weird plant. But look at how it behaves. It's a parasitic nervous system. Every vein, every sensor, every block is connected to a massive, underground biological brain. When you walk, it feels your footsteps. When you die, it actively consumes your XP to expand its mass. The Warden isn't a boss fight. It is an immune response. A massive white blood cell deployed by the hive mind to eliminate an infection. And that infection is you. The Skulk hive mind rules the underground, but the surface of the overworld has its own plagues. Plagues that don't just consume the land, they consume the mind. The rarest biome in Minecraft is actually an active quarantine zone. You think mushrooms are just a cute, rare species of cow, but they aren't. They are the tragic victims of a highly contagious fungal parasite. Look closely at the Mushroom Islands. Notice how absolutely no hostile mobs spawn there at night? That isn't a glitch. The mycelium infection is so incredibly toxic that even the undead cannot survive it. The fungus consumed the dirt, infected the wildlife, and hijacked their brains. You aren't visiting a peaceful island sanctuary. You are walking straight into a biohazard. The mycelium fungus might be a terrifying natural parasite, but what happens when an infection isn't natural at all? What happens when it is engineered on purpose? The zombie virus in Minecraft is man-made, and the proof is hidden in who it ignores. Think about this. A zombie can attack a pig, a cow, a sheep, or a dog, and absolutely nothing happens to them. But the very second a zombie touches a villager, the infection spreads instantly. This is not a natural disease. It is a highly engineered, species-specific bioweapon designed exclusively to eradicate human DNA. Someone created this virus thousands of years ago to wipe out the ancient builders. The monsters aren't hunting for food. They are executing a mass extinction protocol. The ancient builders created that virus to wipe out their enemies in the overworld. But when they expanded their empire into the Nether, they realized they weren't the only species battling biology. Piglins don't turn into zombies when they enter the overworld. They suffocate. We always assumed that bringing a piglin through a Nether portal infects them with a virus. But look at their bodies. That green flesh rotting underneath their exposed skulls. That is Nether wart. Piglins evolved to breathe the toxic, spore-filled atmosphere of the Nether. When you drag them through a portal into the clean, oxygen-rich air of the overworld, their respiratory system instantly collapses. They don't get infected. The dormant Nether fungi inside their lungs violently takes over their corpse the second they stop breathing. The atmosphere of the Nether was deadly, and the overworld was overrun with their own engineered viruses. Running out of options, the ancient builders sought refuge in a new dimension and sealed their own horrifying fate. Endermen weren't born in the end. They are what happens when a human starves for 10,000 years. When the ancient builders fled the apocalypse, they jumped through the end portal hoping for a paradise. Instead, they trapped themselves in a barren, dead void. With no animals and no crops, the only thing they could eat to survive was chorus fruit. A fruit that literally, violently teleports your molecules. Over millennia of consuming nothing but teleportation magic, their spines stretched, their skin burned black, and they lost their minds. They don't attack you because you look at them. They attack you because you remind them of what they used to be. But what could force an entire civilization of advanced builders to abandon their world and trap themselves in the end? They were running from a mistake they couldn't undo, the ultimate biological weapon. You aren't summoning a boss. You are detonating a biological nuke. Look at the recipe for the Wither. You literally have to fuse the cursed souls of the damned with the decaying skulls of burnt skeletons. This is not a natural creature. It is an artificial, biological weapon of mass destruction. The moment it spawns, it immediately inflicts a decaying disease on anything that breathes. It doesn't hunt for food. It doesn't build. It only exists to eradicate life. The ancient builders created it to win a war, and instead it wiped out their entire civilization. The ancient builders left behind a fractured, infected world. The wardens, the viruses, the Wither. It wasn't a game to them. It was a war for survival, and they lost. But what do you think is the most dangerous biological secret left in Minecraft? Drop your theories in the comments below. If you want to dive deeper into the dark lore of this game, hit that subscribe button, and welcome to QuickFacts Hub. I'll see you in the next one.